ever wonder how some coaches are able to have 50K months and then when you post your content, you can't even figure out why people aren't buying from you on social media? Well, in this live video, I'm actually going to be sharing with you the type of content to create in order for you to get sales from your content. So, if you are a service provider, a business coach, a coach, or even a business owner, then this live is going to help you. I'm teaching you how to create content that gets clients. So, thank you all for coming in and tuning in today. If you are a business owner, you can feel free to drop the name of your business in the chat. If you are not a business owner, but you're here joining us today, feel free to let us know where you're tuning in from. I am in New York City. It is 9:03 in the morning. And in this live video, I'm going to be teaching you how to create content that gets clients, right? So this live is for the six-figure coach where you already have an audience on social media, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or LinkedIn, but you're not sure how you can convert those followers into customers. That's what I'm going to cover on this live today. This live is also for the business owner where you're already successful, but you're accustomed to getting sales through word of mouth and referrals. But when it comes to selling in your videos, you freeze because you don't want to sound salesy and you also feel icky when you're doing it. So I want to show you how you can confidently sell to your audience without feeling salesy, without sounding salesy or feeling icky when you are selling. That's what we're going to be talking about today, how to create content that gets you clients. So as you're coming in right now, please take some time to double tap the screen, take some time to like this video. The more that you engage with this video, the more that social media will push it out. So right now we're live on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So as you're coming in, feel free to like the screen. If there's something that I'm saying that resonates with you, drop in the chat. Yes, keep going, honey, so that the platform can go ahead and push this content out. And again, let's see, we have one person on TikTok so far, waiting for the rest to come in. I'm not even going to rush today. I'm going to take my time as you all are coming in, but take some time to engage with the live so that people can, so that the social media platform can also push it out. Now, here's the thing. I love to teach all of my lives like they are master classes. Why? Because I know what it's like to be on social media, listening to this guru, listening to that guru, putting it into action, and then not seeing the results. So, my goal on every single live is to help you to be able to actually get the information and then implement the content strategies so you can see a shift in your content. Thank you so much, Lucia. Hopefully, I'm saying your name right. Is it Lucia or Lucia? But thank you so much for liking this live. We're going to be, I want you to grab your notebook, grab your pen, take notes, take action, make some money, honey. Why? Because action takers are money makers, not time wasters. We're going to be together today for about an hour. I'm going to be dropping 3 tips to help you create content that gets clients. So if you have been on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, or YouTube for the last couple of months, you've been posting content, you have been hopping on trends, you have been posting 3 or 4 times a day, and you're just straight up exhausted because you are so tired of not seeing the results that you desire, then this live is to help you, especially if you are a business owner, a service provider, or a coach. This live is going to help you. Okay, thank you, Lucia. All right. So, again, I'm going to be sharing 3 tips to help you create content that gets clients. And before I get into the tips, I actually want to share this story, right? So, I am Shamar Star Cox, TV producer and marketing coach. My goal is to help 6 and 7 figure business owners create binge worthy content that gets them seen and gets them paid. Why is that? Because a lot of you on here have been called to make an impact on a larger scale. Currently, you're getting your sales through word of mouth and referrals, and it's just a little bit slow. You're just impacting a little bit of people, but you have a desire to be on bigger stages. You have a desire to reach a larger audience. And that's what I'm here to help you to do because social media can help you to do that. And there are some things that we tend to believe that hinders us from moving forward, but those are the things that we want to break off of us in this live video because it is your own limiting belief that is holding you back. And that limitation may be that you feel like an imposter. That limitation may be that you don't want to be seen because if people see you, they might find you out, right? And so our goal is to help you to overcome these things so that you can show up. Why? Because you started your business to make an impact. You didn't start that business so that nobody can see it. You didn't start that business to be the side chick to your 9 to 5. You started the business so that you can make an impact on a larger scale. And so our goal today is to help you get out of your own way so that now you are reaching your audience. Why? Because they're waiting for you. They have been waiting for you. They have been praying for the solution that you have. And if they never find you, how will they get their problem solved? How will they get their problem solved? Social media allows you to be able to reach people in a whole other country, in a whole other world that you would have never been able to do if you were only relying on word of mouth and referrals. So if you've built your business to a certain level, and you're getting word of mouth, you're getting referrals, your sales are up and down, but you want to know, how can I get consistent sales? That's what we're going to be talking about today. The types of content to create in order for you to actually get clients. Now, if you're a business owner and you feel a bit like weird about getting clients on social media because in your mind, you just want to serve. In your mind, you just want to be able to help. You don't want anyone to be turned off by you actually selling. I want to help you break that off your mind too. Because in reality, true service comes from selling. True transformation comes when the person invests in your business. But if you never give them the opportunity to invest, guess what? They're not going to be able to be transformed, right? So we're going to be talking about that. That's just a snippet of what we're going into. But I want to share this story with you before I, excuse me, I want to share this story with you before I jump into the tips. Again, we're going to be talking about how to create content that gets you clients. Hey, Manaz, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. Feel free to correct me. Can you please provide an example for a portrait photographer who has studio and also gets location for headshots? Yes, I definitely will. As I go into the tips, I'll use your example first. But let me know if I'm saying your name right. Manaz. Let me know if I'm saying it correctly. All right, so I want to share this story with you, right? Before I go ahead into these tips. So as I said before, I'm a TV producer. And when I was working in television, I used to produce my own shows. I produced music videos, I produced 2 talk shows, and I produced 2 short films, right? And there I was using my own money to do it. So I was putting things on credit cards, using debit cards. I would have to hire the crew. I would have to hire the cast. It was a lot of work. And sometimes because we didn't have the funds, I would have to hire people and train them to work with me, right? So it was very, very a lot of work, right? And a lot of money that was being invested to each one of these projects. And even I would even go above and beyond. We would have these marketing parties so that people will know that we are getting ready to launch, right? So like in the TV world, they're actually called launch parties. So we would actually have launch parties where we would have the red carpet, we would have cameras, we would have the guest of each show come and talk. I mean, like, we did it big, honey. Right. And after all of the efforts that we would do you know that when it came time to launch, we barely got any views? We barely got any views. It happened with the short film. It happened with the talk show. I probably had like 3 talk shows that I had to keep stopping because no matter what I did, it was barely getting any views, right? And what I was relying on was my expertise. I was thinking that just because I'm an expert at this, that just because I create the content, that people will automatically come. I was in for a rude awakening. And so I ended up stopping because I was disappointed. I felt rejected. Who am I talking to right now? Where you have been posting content and it's not getting the results that you desire. So you feel disappointed. You feel rejected, right? And some parts of you are even wondering, does social media even work for me in my business, right? That's where I was. And at that time, I wasn't even using social media fully. But what I was hoping was that because I was an expert at this, I would be able to reach my audience, right? But what I realized is that I didn't know marketing. I did not know marketing. It didn't matter how smart I was. It didn't matter how much of the expert I was. Because I didn't know marketing, each project just kept on flopping. Who am I talking to where each time you launch your offer, you're getting 1 or 2 sales on social media? Each time you launch your offer through email campaigns, you're getting 1 or 2 sales. And it's nice, but you're ready for more. And although you're accustomed to getting your sales through word of mouth and referrals, like that seems to be consistent, when it comes to online, something seems to be off, right? So that's where I was. And when I decided to take a step back, I decided, well, you know what? I am not going to produce any more shows because it's costing a lot of money, it's taking a lot of time, and it's not getting me the results that I desire. So what did I do? I stopped, and then God had called me to quit my job in 2020. And when he called me to quit my job, he told me to start creating content full time. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, here we go again with this putting out content. Hey, Chic Digital Money, how you doing? So I started putting out content full time. And this time, my content went viral. And I was shocked because when I was sharing my expertise, right, when I was producing shows, my content wasn't going viral. But when I took a step back and I started putting out other things, that's when my content started going viral. And I noticed that my follower count was going up, but my bank account was not going up. And so I did one thing to shift because if I was going to get seen, I also wanted to get paid. So I started to make offers to my audience. And in doing that, I built a 6-figure business. What was the difference between when I started producing shows and barely anyone was seeing it to when I started my business and now I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars? The difference was marketing. I actually understood marketing, right? And so I recognize that social media is more than just a tool, more than just a place to post, but it is also a tool for expansion. It's a tool for expansion where I was trying to use my expertise to bring people in offline. What I needed to be doing was to use my skills to grow my visibility. And there are some of you on this live right now where you are the expert in your field, but barely anyone knows about you. You are the best kept secret. You have helped hundreds of people transform their lives, but when you go online, it's like barely anyone knows your name. And the thing is, you would be okay with that if you weren't called to make a larger impact. Right now, you could be making $8,000 to $10,000 a month, which you're probably at like the $100,000 mark. You just hit 6 figures in your business. But you want to be able to hit $200,000, quarter of a million, millions of dollars, right? Because you know that if I can make $1 million in my business, that means I'm impacting more people. But how can you do that if barely anyone knows your name? How can you do that if when you put your content out, it only has 100 views? It only has 200 views. How can you do that? Right? And so that's what I want to show you today. And that's what I help all my clients to do. For those of you where you're aching inside that you know you want to reach a larger audience. For those of you where you're aching inside where you know that you have a life-changing service or product. That if people just knew about you, if the right video just went viral, if the right people just heard your name, it will completely explode your influence, your income, and your impact. Only problem is you're getting tired of playing the social media game. 3 years ago, you could hop on trends and completely skyrocket your business. This year, hopping on trends is keeping you invisible. 3 years ago, you could post 3 or 4 times a day and completely skyrocket your business. This time around, posting 3 or 4 times a day is just exhausting you. And what you're looking for is a content strategy that's not just going to put your business on the map. You're looking for a content strategy where you can actually connect with people that you can make an impact on. How many of you in here, you want to be able to make an impact that goes beyond this generation? You want to be able to leave a financial legacy for your family. You want to be able to reach so many people that now, whenever people are having conferences, they're calling you. Essence Fest is calling you. iHeartRadio is calling you. The Breakfast Club is calling you. How many of you want that? Mel Robbins is calling you. Oprah is calling you. What I want to do is I want to invite you to join us in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. Where in it, we show you how to make impact with your content. So that now when you're showing up, you're not invisible, but everyone knows your name. Everyone who have been looking for you, they know your name. Now, when you're putting out your content, it is actually reaching the people that it should reach. You have a targeted audience and you know how to speak their language, so much so that your business is not just built on referrals and word of mouth, but it's also built on the shares of your content. The more people that are sharing your content, the more people are seeing it. the more people who want to pay you to help them. How many of you would love to have that happen for you? If you're like, that's me, then I want to go ahead and encourage you to DM me the word challenge accepted. And I will go ahead and share a personal invite to the Convert Content to Cash Challenge with you. You should also be able to see at the bottom left hand or the bottom right hand corner of the screen that I have a form that all you have to do is click it and you can just DM me, send me your email address, and I will personally send you an invite to the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. Now, this challenge is only for entrepreneurs, business owners, service providers, and coaches where you want to take your business to the next level. Where you recognize that, hey, I've tried running ads before, it didn't really work. I've tried cold DMs, it didn't really work. Word of mouth is going nice, but I'm ready to reach more people. Come and join us in a challenge so we can show you how you can have a larger impact and reach more people. Oh, thank you so much, Jay. Jay said done, done and done, just like that. So I'll send you a personal invite. Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Manaz. Okay, great. I said your name right. Okay. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to go into how to create content that gets clients, right? So I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to create content that gets clients. For those of you who want to join us in the challenge, all you have to do is DM me the word challenge accepted. If you are on YouTube, you can actually comment the word challenge accepted and you will get access to I will give you a personal invite to the challenge. When you DM me, also send me your email address so I can make sure that you're getting the invite in the DM as well as in your emails, right? And for those of you who are the first 5 people to sign up for VIP, you actually get invited to the early VIP mixer. In this early VIP mixer, we get to meet you personally. Me and my team, we get to meet you personally, right? So this is not a 5-day challenge where you invest your money and then you never see us again. No. You get to see us right away. We get to meet you personally and help you to build momentum in your business before the challenge starts. Now, this VIP mixer is only for the first 5 people to sign up for VIP. And let me tell you, it goes very quickly because this VIP mixer, I'm also sharing the VIP visibility strategy for high ticket sales. That's how you're going to be able to really reach your audience in a short amount of time. All right, so I want to share with you, right, how to create content that gets clients. How to create content that gets clients. I'm going to be sharing with you 3 tips that's going to help you take your business to the next level so that now when you're putting out content, you're actually able to get clients, right? And so I'm going to give you the 3 tips now, and then we'll break down each one. The first one is, if you're taking notes, this is where you want to take notes. The first one is call them by pain. Call them by pain, right? The second one is align your brain. Align your brain. And the third one is nurture to sustain. Nurture to sustain. So again, call them by pain, align your brain, and nurture to sustain. I know that could be a whole rap song right in there, right? But I'm going to break down what each one of these mean. And when you are putting this into action, you will start to see your content selling, right? But here's the thing. If you don't know who your dream client is, it doesn't matter how many of these strategies you put into place, you are not going to be able to reach your audience. You're not going to be able to see those sales coming in. So the goal, if you're in here, you're like, I need help with clarifying my dream client. I need help with speaking their language. The challenge will be able to help you with that, right? Okay, so the first tip, call them by pain. I got this strategy from Jesus, right? So some of you may be new here, but I love teaching my audience Bible marketing strategies. Why? Because I saw how Jesus was able to grow a lifetime brand that till this day, people still know his name. Till this day, people are still converting all from what he has done with his brand. And so I want to show you something that he did. And the first thing he did was he called his people by pain. He called his people by pain. This is found in Matthew 11, verse 28. This is right as he's starting his ministry. Listen to what I said. At the start of his ministry, not halfway through his business, at the start of his ministry, the first thing he did to get his audience attention was that he called them by pain, right? And so Matthew 11:28 says, come to me all who are weary and heavy laden, for I will give you rest. That was the pain point of his dream audience. They were weary and they were heavy laden, and his promise was, I will give you rest. My question to you is, what are the pain points of your dream clients? And are you calling them by pain when you put out your content? If you are not doing that, what's going to happen is you're putting out content that's too general. You're putting out content that can speak to anyone. Now, when you were getting sales through word of mouth and you were getting sales through referrals, you didn't need to focus on pain points. Why? Because you were already coming highly recommended. Like I just hired someone to my team because she came to me highly recommended. Let me tell you, I just hired an appointment setter for my team. Last year, I hired two that I actually had to find them online. I had to interview them. And when they worked with me, they were not that great. So I told myself the next time I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to pay by commission instead. I was adamant. I'm paying commission only. That's it. But when someone recommended an appointment setter to me, because this person came highly recommended, I didn't need to have to do so much research. I decided I'm going to trust based off of my friend's recommendation. That's where some of you are right now. It is so easy for you to close a sale when you come highly recommended. But when you're online, people don't know you yet. And so, what can you do in your content so that when you're putting it out, people could get to know you and they feel seen and heard? And that is by calling your people by pain. So, what is the pain points of your dream clients? You should have a minimum of 5. Some of you are like, what? I didn't know that. Yes, you should have a minimum of 5 pain points for your dream client so that you are creating content for each point. Each pain point becomes how you solve their problem in your content. So whatever the pain is, you need to solve their problem in your content. So for those of you who are tuning in right now, I want to know from you, do you know the pain point of your dream client? Type a yes in the chat if you know the pain point of your dream client. Manaz, if you're still with us, let us know, what is the pain point of your dream client, right? What is the pain point of your dream client? If you're still on LinkedIn with us, so I can help you. Right? So if you know the pain point of your dream client, type a yes in the chat. I just want to do a quick gauge to see. But if you don't know what it is, then that's your first step. That is one of the big reasons why your content isn't selling, because when you're talking right now, it's very generic. You're not talking to anyone. You're not solving any problems. I see some of you where you're getting your sales offline and you want to come online right now and you're not sure what to post. So some of the content you post is lifestyle content. You start posting behind the scenes content. You start showing people about your children and your spouse, right? And that's nice and all, but how does that solve problems for your dream client? Right? So if you don't know what the pain points are, that is the first thing that you want to identify. All right. So I don't see anything in the chat, which leads me to believe that you're not really sure. Hey, Sierra, how you doing, honey? That you're not really sure what is the pain points of your dream client. Okay. Sharik says, what if your exhaustion isn't from doing too much, but from doing what doesn't align? That's good. That's actually a good hook, right? So it sounds to me that your dream clients, they are exhausted, but what are they exhausted from doing, right? So we want to just make it a little bit more specific. What are they exhausted from doing? Right? Are they exhausted from running a business? Are they exhausted from taking care of their children? Like, what are they exhausted from doing? Because that's the thing that you want to help them with. Right now, the way that it reads, it's very broad. So that means that when you put that out, people can look at it and they can overlook it. But we want to be super specific, right? So Sharik is on LinkedIn and writing his pain point inside the chat. Hey Keith and Vanessa, how you doing? If you are on TikTok and you know what the pain point of your dream client is, drop it in the chat. If you don't, I want to give you a tool on how you can actually identify what the pain point is. Okay, Mikla, am I saying your name right, Mikla? Or is it, no, you just correct me, honey. I'm saying Mikla right now, but you let me know. Busy, exhausted professionals working long hours and need to make money in less time. That is good. Mikla, that is Awesome. I love it. These are busy, exhausted professionals working long hours and need to make money in less time, right? So now for me, automatically, I don't know what you're selling, Mikla, but automatically I'm thinking that you could be talking to a nurse because they're busy, they're exhausted, and they work long hours. They probably work 12 hours, right? And what they want to do is they want to make more money in a short amount of time. So if you are selling a coaching program, if you are selling a digital product where you're showing them how to make money, then that pain point is going to help. I love it. Let's give it up for Mikla. That was a really good one. Very, very clear. Okay. Manaz says, here are 5 pain points of her clients. They're insecure about their appearance. Not okay, that's a great one, Manaz. They're insecure about their appearance, not knowing what to wear or how to pose. Manaz, let me tell you right now, that is a huge one. Awesome. And then fear of wasting time and money. Manaz, I'm gonna give you some feedback on the money part. And then busy lifestyle / time constraints. I'm gonna give you feedback on that one too. And then previous bad experience with a photographer. Awesome. So Manaz says, not knowing what to wear or how to pose. That one is huge. I'm gonna give you a story and then I'm gonna give you how to use that pain point. So Manaz has joined us on LinkedIn, and that's where she's written her pain points, right? So not knowing what to wear or what to pose, or how to pose. When I first started out creating content on social media, I was doing photos, right? So I had a photographer who would take photos of me. And my biggest issue was, how do I pose and what do I do with my hands? Did you hear what I said? My biggest issue was, how do I pose and what do I do with my hands? Why is this important for Manaz? Because now I'm getting even more specific, right? It's not just how do I pose, but it's what do I do with my hands when I'm posing? My hands always felt so awkward. And so, Manaz, what I ended up doing was I was on YouTube and I started to type into YouTube, how do you pose in photos? And I came across someone where she actually had a video that says, here's what to do with your hands when you're taking photos. That was very specific to me. So on the one end, here's how to pose. It can talk to anyone. But on the other hand, here's what to do with your hands in the photo was so specific, right? And so for you now, Manaz, when you're creating your content, you want to be specific to these people. Now, here's my question to you, because your dream clients could be, I don't know if you said you are a wedding photographer. Let me see. You said you're a portrait photographer who has a studio and also goes location to location for headshots, right? So you could be talking to business owners. You could be talking to lawyers. So you want to create content that speaks directly to them. Here's how to pose if you are a lawyer. Here's how to get that boss shot if you are the CEO of your company. Here's how to get that boss shot if you are an entrepreneur. Why am I saying this? Because now you're speaking directly to the dream client. How many of you have ever heard that in order for people to buy from you, they got to know, like, and trust you? You ever heard that before? Right? I know some of you are like, I definitely heard that before, right? But do you know that there's a lot of people who know, like, and trust you who aren't buying from you? Why? Because there's something missing there. What's missing is they don't just got to know, like, and trust you. They got to feel seen and they got to feel heard. So now here's Manaz. You're putting out content where your audience can feel seen and heard by calling out who this exactly is for. So here's how to pose if you are a lawyer. Here's how to get that boss shot if you just became the CEO of your company. And you can keep doing that over and over and over again. Be so specific with who you are talking to, right? One more thing, Manaz, I'm not sure if you are a high ticket photographer, but I teach my clients how to sell high ticket. That's important because you can sell low ticket and make a little bit of money doing a lot of work, which I don't recommend. Or you can sell high ticket and make a lot of money just doing a little bit of work, right? And it's still great quality. So you said they have a fear of wasting time and money. Now, when I hear that someone has a fear of wasting money, I already know what income class they are in. That is someone who is in a lower income class, because it is only people in a lower income class who has a fear of wasting money. People who are in a higher income class, they don't have a fear of wasting money. They know that this is an investment and I am expecting a return. So if you talk to people who have a fear of wasting money, what's going to happen is you're going to bring in bargain buyers. So I already know when you're quoting your prices, Manaz, they're already the objection is coming in. Oh, I don't know, that's too much. That's a little too much than I thought that I was going to invest. Oh, I don't have the money for that. Right. And that's only because you're talking to people who have a fear of wasting money. So, what I would recommend is I would shift that. I would talk to people who recognize photography as an investment. And I've worked with photographers before. That's how I know I can speak so deeply into this. I have my best friend is my photographer. He's gone through my coaching program. I have helped him to elevate who he's talking to. And instead of focusing on money, he now focuses on we help you to get lifetime memories. Lifetime memories. I'll tell you right now, Manaz, exactly. So if your packages start at $2,000, that means you're talking to people where that's not an issue for them. Like you should be talking to people that says things to you like, oh, that's it? $2,000, that's it, right? And that's because you're shifting their mindset now from focusing on money to this is a lifetime memory that we're creating for you. So to the person where you take a photo of their grandmother and then their grandmother passes away the next year, they're going to be grateful that they invested that $2,000. Why? Because now they have memories that last forever, even though their grandmother is gone. And that's the shift. So I wouldn't talk to people who have a fear of wasting money. I would shift that to these are people where you're investing in lifetime memories. That's different now. And then one last thing for you, Manaz, before I move on to someone else. You said they have a busy lifestyle and constraint. I also wouldn't talk to those people because they will always come up with the excuse, I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that. When I teach my clients how to speak to ready to buy buyers, you want to talk to people who are already in the mood of making the decision. I'm ready to buy from you. Hey, Kendra, honey, how you doing, girl? I get so excited when I see you on here. Right? So you want to talk to people where it's already in their mind, I'm looking for a portrait photographer, right? Which means that they have the time to work with you. So instead of talking to people who are so busy they don't have the time, I would talk to the people who need a new headshot. People who need new headshots for LinkedIn, people who need new headshots for their website, people who need new headshots for their business card, people who need thumbnails for YouTube. That's who I would talk to. Why? Because this is an immediate need. I have a lot on my plate. I possibly work 8 hours a day, sometimes 10 hours a day. And when my best friend, my photographer, okay, when he called me on the phone and he said, Star, can I shoot some headshots for you? Guess what I did? Stopped everything that I was doing because I knew that I needed headshots for my YouTube thumbnails. Okay, that is urgency. That is urgency. So for you, Manaz, you have a $2,000 package. You want to shift who you're talking to so that you can create urgency for the people who already need what you have, right? All right, so let's give it up for Manaz. She's on LinkedIn where she dropped all of these in there. I do want to see, because I saw somebody write on TikTok before Sharik, I come back to you. All right, so Mikla was on here. She said that she sells digital products, which is awesome. And I'm assuming your digital products is what helps people to make money very quickly, right? You're probably doing MRR. Are you doing MRR where you're helping people make $300 a day or make $900 a day? Of course, the pain point, talking to them, working long hours, right? So I want to give you an example of this because I actually had a client who was a nurse. She worked 12-hour days and she was missing vital moments in her daughter's life. She missed her first birthday party. She missed her walking. And so in her mind, she knew I now need to make a shift. How can I make a lot of money working less hours? You see how now this is an emotional connection, right? It's an emotional connection. It's not just about making the money. I'm losing vital hours in my daughter's life because I have to be with someone else's daughter, because I have to be with someone else's family member. That was a pain point. It wasn't just that I'm working long hours, is I'm missing out on my family's life because I have to be with somebody else's family, right? And that, when she understood that, guess what? Now she was able to sell to other people and get them to buy from her. All right, let's go to Lala. So Lala says, would you cut off women who are mean / abusive / rude / disrespectful and ruin your mood and confidence? Lala, I don't know what that got to do with your business. Give me some more details. What does that have to do with your business? Right? Okay, good. Mikla says, yep, MRR. That's great. Awesome. And then I'm going to do one more. Sharik says that, okay, so you have a storage space that you are selling. Is that what it is? Am I seeing that correctly? No, Sharik, give me some more details. Tell me what you're selling and who you're talking to. So Sharik says, what if you're exhausted? Your exhaustion isn't from doing too much, but from doing what doesn't align. And then you said storage space limitation. You're welcome, Manaz. All right, give me some more details, Sharik. I can't help you because I'm not really clear on that. Right? All right, so we got our Quanda, don't be laughing at me. All right, so we got our first thing, call them by pain. But do you notice that when Manaz and when Mikla and when Sharik, when they dropped the pain points in there, I can instantly tell who they're talking to. That's how clear you want to be. And not just tell who they were talking to, I can instantly see what they're selling just from the pain point. That's how clear you want to be. Well, yes, I'm a marketeer, so I'm trained to do that. But if I'm trained to do that, imagine the people who are not trained to do that. Imagine your dream clients where they're seeing these pain points go out and they're like, I don't know who they're talking. What? Who are you talking to? You want to be so clear on your pain point that when you put it out there, guess what? They're like, oh, you're talking to me. Oh, that's exactly what I'm going through, right? So call them by pain. That's the first thing. I have a client who did this in the 5-day challenge, right? Actually, I'm gonna give you two clients, and I see Keith and Vanessa's on here, so I'm gonna shout them out too. So I'm gonna start with Keith and Vanessa. When they joined the 5-day Convert Content to Cash Challenge, they joined at the Diamond Experience level. So we have two levels. We have VIP and we have Diamond Experience. At the Diamond Experience level, you're able to get a complimentary one-on-one strategy session with me. In this session, we clarify your dream client, their pain points, their desires, and I give you a content strategy to follow, right? So that's what we do just in 30 minutes, by the way, just in case you thought it took 3 months to identify your dream client. It doesn't. It just takes 30 minutes or less. One, because when I tell you I've worked with a lot of clients in a lot of different industries. I work with photographers. I work with people who own spas. I work with coaches. I work with consultants. I work with people who work in insurance. Like, honestly, I am just not shocked. But if you tell me what your business is, I have not met someone yet that I'm like, I have no idea what you do. Oh, except for my most recent client, right? But now I get to add them to the list, right? So they told me what they do. We were able to identify these things in 30 minutes. And the next thing I told them was, you want to speak to the situation that your dream clients are in, right? So you have their pain point, speak to the situation too. Do you know the next day in the challenge, they put out a video that you can clearly hear, oh, that's their dream client. That's the pain points. That's what they're experiencing. That type of clarity. That's what I mean. That was a lot of that, right? That's what I mean. And it didn't take long. 30 minutes in that one-on-one session, and we were only 2 days into the challenge, and they were able to, actually it was 1 day into the challenge. We gave the homework the first day, and they were able to put out that video that clearly speaks to their dream client, right? So that clarity is needed. Number 2, Lori, she is a fitness entrepreneur. When she joined the challenge, she was getting followers. People were engaging with her, but she wasn't getting no sales, honey. Why? Because she was not speaking to the pain points of her dream client. And so she joined the challenge. I told her what to say in her video. And I'm not going to front, because when she said this back to me, I was scared. I was like, did it work? Right? Of course it worked, right? I told her what to say in her video. And the next day, can somebody write the next day into the chat? And the next day, not 2 days later, not 10 days later, the next day, she got 3 leads from her video. She said, Star, it worked. I said exactly what you told me to say in my video. Thank you, Kendra, right? Thank you, Mikla. And she did that and got 3 leads, all because she called them by pain. So when you are creating your content, make sure you speak to the pain points of your dream clients, because it is the emotional connection that you make with them that's going to get them to buy from you. So if you're in here and you have been putting out content, you find yourself speaking to the pain point, but they're still not converting, that means something is missing from your dream client. There's something that you still haven't understood yet. And that's what I want to help you to understand in the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. So if you want to join us, go ahead and DM me the word challenge accepted, whether you're on LinkedIn, Instagram, or TikTok, and I will personally send you an invite. Send me your email as well so I can make sure that I send you the invite via email. So that you can get access, right? If you are on TikTok right now, you should see an orange button, whether it's at the bottom of the left-hand corner of your screen or the right-hand corner of your screen, and you can click that to be able to send me the DM. So you don't even have to leave the live. Like, that's how much TikTok has made it so much easier. If you are on Instagram or you are on LinkedIn or YouTube, you can just type challenge accepted into the chat and I will go ahead and send you a personal invite to the challenge. Thank you, Denise. Thanks so much. I'm about to share the second one right now, Manaz, right? Okay, awesome. So again, in the challenge, we have 2 levels. We have VIP and we have Diamond Experience. The first 5 people to sign up for VIP, you get to join us in an early VIP mixer. In this mixer, I get to meet you personally, right? We get to meet personally and I get to help you to build momentum so that when you join the challenge, you will be able to take off. That is our goal. Our goal is not for you to get stuck or get left behind. The only way that we can help you get results in 5 days or less is if you do the work. That's the only way. But if you come in, you look at my beautiful face, you don't do any work, guess what? You ain't going to get results. And that's not going to be good for me because my goal is to brag about everyone I work with. I love it. As soon as I work with you, I brag about you. Why? Because I already know this stuff works. You don't have to be sitting here drowning. What do I do? How do I get people from watching to buying? Okay, I put out the content. No one's engaging with my call to action. You don't have to worry about that. We help you to take care of all of that in just 5 days, right? So DM me the word challenge accepted, and I will send you a personal invite to the challenge. So I want to do a quick reset. We're talking about how to create content that gets clients. And the first tip that I gave you was you want to call them by paying. If you don't call them by paying, then they're not going to come because they're not going to feel seen and heard. That's our goal. If they don't feel seen and heard, let me tell you, TikTok has over billions of users. I think at this point, they're probably at 1.5 billion users. They could be at more. Instagram has like 1.6 billion users. LinkedIn has 1 billion users. And I don't even know, maybe YouTube has a gajillion. That's a lot of people who are just on the platform. About 30% of those people are business owners just like you putting out content. So it's content overload. If you put out content that blends in with everyone, how do you expect your people to find you? You can't be waking up every day talking about, I'm ready to make an impact, and then you're still invisible. It doesn't make sense. So how can we increase your visibility so that we can also increase your profitability? That's the goal. I share this with all my clients and I'm going to share it with you now too, right? It is a new mindset that I want you to adopt so that no matter what you do, you focus on that. When people see me, they pay me. When people see me, they pay me. If you're not getting paid enough, it's because you're not getting seen enough. And if you're getting seen enough, but you're not getting paid enough, you just don't know how to sell. And I want to help you to know how to sell to your audience so that you can truly serve them, right? Okay, so we got the first tip, call them by paying. If you're taking notes, here's the second tip, which is align your brain. Align your brain. Before hitting record on anything that you do, check your mindset. What is coming up for you? What imposter syndrome is trying to stop you? What fear is trying to hinder you from moving forward, right? Because here's the reality. You can have all the tools and the strategies, but if you don't get out of your own way, you will never implement. Who am I talking to right now? A procrastinator just joined my live, okay? And I don't really like talking to procrastinators because procrastinators don't like to buy because they procrastinate. But I have to talk to you right now because you actually have a calling on your life. You have a calling on your life. And deep down in your soul, you are wrestling. Like, I want to show up. I want to help. I want to be that person that people are reaching out to. But you keep on procrastinating. But I'm going to free you right now because your procrastination is not coming from laziness. That may be part of it, but it's really coming from fear. There's a fear there. There's a fear of being seen. There's a fear of being found out. There's a fear that, what if I make a fool of myself? And until you address that fear, you're not going to be able to move forward. So, what are you going to do? Stay stuck? Are you going to address the fear? Now, for some of you, that was just for the one person who joined who was the procrastinator. But for the rest of you, you're not procrastinators. You're ambitious. You're high performers. You're a high achiever. You already know that when you go on social media, you're going to dominate. But the biggest thing that's hindering you right now is a fear of being judged. What if they leave bad comments? What if someone makes fun of me? I'm going to tell you right now, they will. They will, because people are nasty. Not all people, but some people. They will make fun of you. They will leave bad comments. But what if you decided to focus on mission instead of fear? Just what if? What if you decided, I'm going to focus on making an impact as opposed to being embarrassed or feeling embarrassed? Like for me, that's where I was. I remember I never wanted to go live because I was afraid that if I stumble, people will make fun of me, people will be relentless. That's what I thought. And do you know the very first time that I went live to my audience by myself, I cried. That was the most embarrassing thing I thought could ever happen to me. I cried on this live. I went through the entire, I probably was on for 30 minutes. I went through the entire live. And all I had to do was say, thank you all. This was great. Good night. And instead, the tears started welling up. And I felt the tears getting ready to come out for all these people to watch me. And there I am, bawling my eyes out. And then what made it even worse was then you can hear my mom in the background. It's okay. Just let it out. It's okay. How embarrassing. But guess what? I'm still here. That was like back in 2018 or 2017. But I'm still here. There are certain things that you think is going to take you out if you get embarrassed. And the reality is, it's not going to take you out. The only thing it does, it makes you stronger and makes you more appealing. Don't nobody want to work with anybody who has never gone through anything before. So be real with your audience and share with them because they're here with you on the journey. If you just get out of your own way, if you just decide, you know what, it doesn't matter how many bad comments I get. There are people who will write in the chat just to throw me off while I'm talking. I may read it out loud and then just recircle myself. But my question to you is, would you rather focus on impact or would you rather focus on fear? Which one will better serve your audience, impact or your fears of showing up? I'm pretty sure a lot of you will like impact because you've been called to do that. That's why you started your business. No one starts their business to put it in a corner. Instantly, I thought nobody puts baby in a corner. Yes, I'm showing my age, right? But no one starts their business to put it in a corner. You started your business so that you can change lives. But my question to you is, what will it cost you if you never show up? What will it cost you? Right? There are some of you, you chose to start your business because you wanted to build generational wealth. Some of you decided to start your business because you wanted to leave a financial legacy. And some of you started your business because you wanted to change lives all over this world. But if you never show up, if people never find you, that's the cost that you're going to pay. You won't build generational wealth. You won't leave a financial legacy, and you won't heal lives. Are you willing to pay that cost? I know for me, when I was afraid to start my business, when I was afraid to sell, I was undercharging and all that stuff. But as soon as I started helping people and I started getting testimonies that was like, Star, you helped me to explode my business. Star, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to help people. When I started getting those testimonies, guess what? I was like, you know what? That's it. No more holding back. I'm going to make sure I show up and I bless people. So my question to you is, will you show up? Will you show up in your live videos? Will you show up in your content? Will you send emails and actually sell to your audience? Or will you continue to hold back? Align your brain. Align your brain. Identify what's truly holding you back from truly being a blessing to your audience. And if you're like, I want to get out of my own way, I want to be a blessing, I want to help people, then join us in a challenge. Part of the challenge isn't just giving you content strategy. Part of the challenge is helping you to get out of imposter syndrome. It's helping you to get out of fear of selling and fear of being judged. That's what part of the challenge does. And it helps you very quickly. So I'll give you an example. Olivia, she already had built her business. She had a first business. She built it to $300,000. And now she was starting her second business. But she didn't realize that when she joined the challenge, she was actually depressed. And in 3 days, that depression broke off of her and it showed in her content. When she first joined the challenge, she was posting videos where she had low energy. But when we started to help her to overcome the limiting beliefs, to break the stories that she was telling about herself, when we were able to help her do that, guess what? She was now vibrant in her videos, reaching her audience, making an impact. And that's just Olivia. We've had Rhonda join the challenge that tell us on day one, girl, I don't shoot videos. That's what she said. I don't do videos. And that was because of a lack of confidence. But by day 3 of the challenge, sis was on camera shooting videos like there was no tomorrow. Our goal is to help you show up as the best you. Why? Because social media is 80% mindset, 20% skill set. We can give you all the skills in the world, but if you don't have the mind for it, you ain't gonna do it. And I already know, because there's some of you who are watching right now where you've already gotten some of these tools. You've joined this person's program, you've worked with that coach, and you still don't see a transformation yet because you're still stuck here in the mind. So how can you get out of your own way so that you can be a blessing today? If you're like, that's me, that's what I want, join us in the challenge. DM me the word challenge accepted so that we can help you. I will personally send you an invite. If you're on TikTok, there should be an orange box at the bottom left-hand corner or the bottom right-hand corner. You can click it, DM me, and send me your email address as well so that you can get access to the challenge. If you are on YouTube or LinkedIn, you can feel free to just comment the word challenge accepted, and I'll make sure to send you a personal invite. Yes, Naveen says, my fears is more impact for me. I love it, Naveen. So Naveen, it sounds like you don't let your fear stop you at all. Like you go ahead and you show up anyway. Awesome. All right. So who's feeling blessed by this? Drop a I'm blessed in the chat so I can know that you're still with me. Today, we're talking about how to create content that gets you clients. We talked about the first tip, which was call them by pain, call your people by pain, right? Which means your pain points. The second one, we talked about align your brain. If you don't get out your own way, you'll never show up. This third one is called nurture to sustain. Nurture to sustain. One video won't build your business, okay? So some of you out here, you're posting every now and then because in your mind, I have so many clients, I can't focus on social media. But if you want social media to be an additional tool for consistent leads and revenue, you actually have to post more than just one video. You got to post more than just once a week, and you got to post more than just once a month, right? The goal is for you to nurture relationships online. So I want you to think about this with your content. Your content is the employee and you are the employer. Your content's job is to go and meet new people for you and bring them to your attention. That's what your content is to do. If your content isn't doing that, you need to fire it. Yes, I said that. You need to fire your content if it's not going out and bringing in the people for you. What do I mean by that? If you're producing bad content that gets you very low views, you're stuck between 100 views and 200 views. You're getting comments, and the only comments you're getting are the ones from your best friend who just wants to support you. That type of content needs to be fired because the goal for your content is to go out and cross international waters and bring people to your attention, bring them into your business. I'll give you an example. This week, I had a call with someone. They were interested in working with me. And before they got on the call with me, they said, oh my goodness, I saw your Instagram video. It popped up for me just this morning. Now, what made that so special to me was I haven't posted on Instagram all year. So that means one of my old pieces of content is going around. That's good content. That's a good employee because that employee went out and told them, hey, you're about to meet with her. and it's already working. If it's working for her, it can work for you too. That's what you want your content to do. If it's not doing that, you need to fire it. But here's the other thing. As I said, you are putting out content, but one video doesn't build your business. You need to have a content planning system where you are consistently showing up, especially if you're not running ads. How many of you in here, you are running ads for your business? You're running, thank you, Darren. How you doing? You're running Facebook ads. You're running YouTube ads. You're running TikTok ads, LinkedIn ads. How many of you in here are running ads? I just want to do a quick poll. Drop a me in the chat if you are running ads, right? I'm gonna give y'all some time to write. All right. So I am live on 4 platforms right now, and no one has written me in the chat, right? No one has written me in the chat. That means none of you are running ads. If you're not running ads to get your business out there, then your organic content, that's the videos you're posting on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, or YouTube, is your content to reach your audience. If you're not running ads, you're going to need something to reach your audience. If you're not running ads and you're not posting content, then how are you reaching your audience? And you're wondering, why are you only getting sales through word of mouth and referrals? Because nobody knows about you. Your content's not going anywhere. You're barely posting, and you're not running ads. That doesn't make sense. What is your marketing strategy? See, that's where some of you are getting stuck. It was easy for you to get to 10K months, but it's hard for you to scale to 20K months because you don't have a marketing strategy. What got you to 10K doesn't get you to 20K. What gets you to 20K doesn't get you to 30K. So if you want to be able to scale your business, now is the time to focus on marketing. I went to a small business conference at Columbia University last Thursday, and I was in a room with a lot of powerful professionals. And do you know what each one of them told me when I introduced myself? This is me. Hey, I'm Shamar Starcox, TV producer and digital marketeer. That's all I had to say. And they all were like scared. They all were scared. And they said to me, I'm scared of digital marketing. They're scared of social media marketing. Why? Because they have to be seen now. They got to put out content. They don't want to feel silly. They got to put out content. They want people to take them seriously. But this social media is the fastest way to grow your business. So if you're not running ads, then you want to put a lot of energy into putting out your video content, because your video content nurtures your audience. I love saying this. There's a bunch of you on here right now where you have a million trillion freebies that you like to offer your audience. So many freebies, right? You'll go live with them, you'll put out the content, and then you'll be like, download this freebie, download that freebie. I tell you right now, what if your content was the freebie? What if your content was the freebie, and then from your content, you made them an offer? Hey, BK Peach, how you doing, honey? What if? Just the what if. What if instead of you having a trillion freebies just to get them on your email list, your content was the freebie, and then you made them an offer at the end of your content? Just what if? Those are the mindset shifts that I help my clients to make. Because if you are putting out enough content, right? Yeah, Vanessa said, yes, I get it. If you are putting out, let's say you're putting out 5 pieces of content a week. So there's 5 pieces of content a week. Times that by 4, that's 20 pieces of content that your audience gets to binge. They get to binge that. Do you know that when people binge, they buy? How many of you know that? When people binge, they buy. That's the society that we're in right now. If you have a Netflix account, if you have a Hulu account, if you have a YouTube account, there are people who are binging these platforms and paying for it every single month. So the only thing that we're doing when we teach you a binge-worthy strategy, because that's our main thing. Our strategy is to teach you how to create binge-worthy content. When we teach you this binge-worthy strategy, the only thing you're doing is you're tapping into what people are already doing. They're already binging and buying. But what if they could binge and buy from you? How would that change your business? How would that take your business to the next level if people were binging and buying from you? And just in case you think that it doesn't work, I'm going to tell you right now, it does. I have a former client. Her name is Natalie, and she is a coach. She's a business coach, a business clarity coach. She implemented this business, this binge-worthy content strategy, and guess what? Got herself a client. She didn't have to hop on a call with this person. She didn't have to try to DM them or nothing. That person binged her content and booked right from her page. And that when that person booked, she said, I knew you were my coach because I binged your content. How many of you would love a strategy where people are binging and buying from you? That your name now, your business now is becoming synonymous to Netflix. Because every time we talk about binging and what platform you're on, Netflix is the first one that pops up. So what if you can create that on your page? What if you can get your audience from just browsing? Those are the people who are just watching your videos. That you get them from just browsing to binging to buying. How would that shift your business? And what if those bingers, they became buyers and those buyers were actually investing into your high ticket services? What if your high ticket service was $5,000 and you were getting 10 people at 5K every single month? That's $50,000 a month just from social media content. And guess what the best part is? You didn't have to pay for ads. None of that went to ads. All of that was you showing up in your content, you putting out the videos and reaching your audience. How would that change your business? Some of you are like $50,000 a month. I can't even get to 10K a month. Well, that's what we help you with in the challenge. We help you to take your business to the next level, to scale your business so that now you are making bigger impact. Why? Because the people are waiting for you. My question to you is, how long will you keep them waiting? Would you rather them wait and work with someone else, wait and suffer, or find you and work with you so that they can be transformed right away? What would you desire? I know for me, I'd rather them find me now. Thank you, Mikla. Mikla said, I sent you an email. I got you, honey. Right? I'd rather them find me now. Because if they find me now, I can help them today. They can get results tomorrow. Just ask my clients. Some of them are on the live and they'll be like, yo, the clarity that I got, the transformation that I got. Here's the best thing about learning marketing. It's a skill. So you learn it once, you make millions forever. I'm going to just say that one more time for the people in the back and for the people who are making t-shirts. You learn marketing once, you earn millions forever. That's it. When I learned marketing, it took my business to the next level. When I started this live, I already told you, I was a TV producer producing talk shows, short films that was not getting as much traction as I'd like it to. But as soon as I learned marketing and I started putting out content without paying for ads, guess what? My business skyrocketed. Now, the next time I create a short film, guess what I'm going to do? Make sure there's marketing behind it. And I probably don't have to pay for ads for it because it's going to already bring in the millions that I'm working towards. So if you're in here and you're like, that's what I desire, that's me, then I want you to DM me the word challenge accepted. If you're on Instagram, LinkedIn, or TikTok, if you are on YouTube, you can just type it in the chat and I will take a screenshot and I'll personally send you an invite to the 5-day challenge. The 5-day challenge kicks off July 7th, right? So we are a month away. We're currently in the 5-day challenge right now. So if you purchase right now, you wouldn't join us until July. But here's the perk of joining now. The first 5 people to join us in the VIP experience actually gets to join us for an early VIP mixer. Only 5 people gets part of this mixer. This mixer, I get to meet you. I get to learn about your business. You saw me. Some of you were on here at the very beginning when I was reading people's pain points and giving them feedback. I did that in less than 5 minutes and I don't know any of those people. But imagine how much more in a mixer where I actually get to learn about your business and give you the feedback right then and there. Not only that, I share with you my VIP visibility strategy to help you get seen by more people, but not just anyone, the people who are waiting for you, the people who are hungry for what you have to offer. But that only goes for the first 5 VIPers. And here's the thing about this mixer. It happens before the challenge starts. In addition to that, you all get access to bonuses. So we have a membership vault that before the challenge starts, you get access to our 365 days of content ideas. That way, now when you're putting out content, you know what to post and you know when to sell. So you don't have to try to figure it out on your own. The second thing you get access to is our calls to actions that actually convert masterclass. There are some of you right now where you're putting out call to actions that no one is paying attention to. You watch this masterclass, now you'll know how to put out your call to actions and actually test if they're working for you. We also have how to make 5K in 5 ways. How to make 5K in 5 ways just from using social media. These are all bonuses to sustain you before the challenge starts. Why? Because our goal is to indoctrinate you before the challenge starts. If you can watch these masterclasses, if you can start to put out the content prior to the challenge, when you join us in the challenge, the only thing that you need next is the coaching and the pivoting. And that's what we help you with. We are not a coaching program where you invest and we never see you again. Absolutely not. We have a community that you get to join that's going to be cheering you on every step of the way. And you have a coach who's going to be checking in on you and making sure that you're good every single day. So for those of you who have joined programs before where you felt invisible, that's not this program. Our desire is to serve you with excellence so that you can take your business to the next level. Why? Because when your business goes to the next level, I get to brag about it. And the more I brag about my clients, the more people are like, wait a second, this thing works. So we don't want to work with people who you don't want to do the work. We don't want to work with people who aren't ambitious, who aren't high achievers, because this won't work for you. This is only for the business owners where you recognize the value of working with a coach and you recognize the value of having exclusivity in a community and getting the strategy so you can take off. Yes, Mikla says, this is so true. You figured out my business immediately. Yup. Mikla was one of the people where I was reading her pain points and I figured out like, this is what it is. That's how I help you. That's exactly how I help you, right? So if you're in here again and you're like, that's the type of challenge that I need because I want to take my business to the next level, DM me the word challenge accepted, and I will go ahead and send you a personal invite to the challenge. Another level to the challenge is our diamond experience. But the diamond experience is only for the elite business owners where you recognize you want to get that one-on-one session, right? So this is not the VIP mixer. In addition to the VIP mixer, you get a one-on-one session with me. You can get that session as early as tomorrow. And tomorrow we can map out and clarify who your dream client is, what their pain points are, what their desires are, and what your content strategy is. And then I'm going to challenge you to work that content strategy over the next 30 days before the challenge starts. But here's the thing. The longer you debate and you wait to join a challenge, the less time you get to work the strategy that I give you. So if you're like, that's what I want, when I send you the personal invite, sign up for the diamond experience. That's it. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. Don't take too long. Because if you do, someone else may take your slot. And number 2, you may change your mind. And if you change your mind next month, you'll be watching my live video thinking, why didn't I sign up for the challenge? Right? Okay. So these are the 5 P's to prosperity for the 5-day challenge. So this is what we teach you, the 5 P's to prosperity on social media. If you don't have these 5 P's, well, that's the reason why you don't have the 5-figure month. So I want to help you to change that. The 5 P's to prosperity on social media, on day 1 of the challenge, we teach you how to position your brand. Why is this important? Because there's a lot of you right now where you are searching for your dream clients and they are searching for you and you're missing each other. But what if you position yourself and you call them to you? How different would that be? Where you don't have to chase them anymore. You don't have to be looking for them anymore. Instead, they're coming to you and going, I saw your video and I want to work with you. I saw your content and I knew I needed to work with you. I had people who reach out to me on LinkedIn. They're like, your page was recommended to me, so you must be doing something right. And I haven't posted on LinkedIn, or I just started posting again on LinkedIn. When I talk about this is content that converts for years to come, it is. Day 2, we show you how to package your message in your videos with the power of storytelling. There are a lot of you who are experts and you have a lot of information up here. But when it comes to putting it in a 1-minute video or a 2-minute video, it's hard. You don't know how to get it from out of here and into a video. So we show you how to do that using the power of storytelling. Why? Because stories relate. And not only do we show you how to do it with storytelling, we show you how to convert with story selling. We show you the type of stories that would actually get your audience to buy from you. Day 3, we show you how to produce a 6-figure content strategy. Again, our goal is that you are hitting consistent 5-figure months just from social media alone. So some of you, you don't have a 6-figure content strategy. Some of you just have a strategy to grow your following. And it's nice, it's consistently growing. But what's not growing is your engagement and your payment. And you want to know, how do I do that? There's a skeptic person you just joined. There's a skeptic that's like, are people really making money on social media? Like, are they really hitting 6 figures on social media? Yes, more than 6 figures, actually. We're hitting 6 figures and then some. Some of us are hitting 6 figures in just a day or just a month, right? So it's very possible, but you actually have to have the strategy for it and the capacity for it. It's not enough to put out the content. You have to have the mindset for it. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people who have a issue with making a lot of money fast in a short amount of time. Are you one of those people? Like, saying it right now, you're thinking to yourself, oh yeah, I can make a lot of money fast in a short amount of time. But when it comes to selling, you'll freeze. Some of you, I've seen it. I've had people join the challenge and they want to get to day 4, which I'm about to go over right now. Day 4 is all about selling. And all 3 days, the first 3 days, they're like, I'm ready to sell. I'm ready to sell. I'm ready to sell. Congrats, Hannah. Hannah says, yeah, I'm in a 6-figure club. Congratulations, right? They were just ready to sell for these 3 days. And then day 4, we're ready to sell and they freeze. Some childhood trauma starts popping up. Rejection starts popping up. It's easy to say, I'm ready to make a lot of money in a short amount of time, but it's not easy to do it when you're stuck in your mindset. If you keep believing you're not worth being paid that much, if you keep believing that we're in a recession and people won't pay you, because that's not true. Right? So day 4 is all about how to present your offer so that people would want to buy from you on social media. If you're accustomed to selling one-on-one, if you're accustomed to selling in Zoom calls, but now you get to social media and you don't know how to sell one-to-many, you don't know how to sell through your videos without seeing the person, without picking up on the emotions, then guess what? It's going to be hard for you to convert online. So we show you how to shift that in your videos. Day 5, we show you how to profit from your videos. What system to have in place so that you are consistently converting 10K months, 20K months, 30K months. Without this system, the only thing you're going to get is people watching your videos. And you'll never know, how do I get them to buy? You'll still be telling them to head to the link or head to your bio. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to get blocked. Because these platforms, they want to keep people on the platform. They no longer want you to say that. So if you're still telling people to do that in your videos and you're wondering why your reach is low, that's already the issue, right? So if you're in here and you're like, that's me, I want all of that, that's exactly what I need, then go ahead and DM me the word challenge accepted. Send me your email address as well. And I will personally send you an invite to the challenge so you can join us. Get started with us today. Get access to the bonuses. Book your one-on-one elite content strategy session with me. Join us for the VIP mixer. And then the challenge kicks off July 7th. Awesome. So Shariq says, what are those 5 Ps? These 5 Ps are the 5 Ps to prosperity on social media. If you want to prosper on social media, you need to have those 5 Ps. If you don't have them and you're not thriving on social media, that is why. So we show it to you in just 5 days. You don't need 20 days to learn it. 5 days, that's it. And you take off, right? So if you're ready, you want to join me, I'm going to be checking my DMs right after this live. I'm going to be sending out those personal invites, and I'm looking forward to working with you. I'll be back again tomorrow, but of course, I forgot to put the topic up. So let me find the topic. Tomorrow, I'll be back again at 9 a.m. Eastern. So I go live Tuesdays through Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. And we're talking about, I know my offer is good, so why isn't anyone seeing it? Right? So if you have a great offer, but you're barely getting any views and engagement, tomorrow, we're going to talk about the mistakes that you're making as to the reason why people aren't seeing it. So some of you, I'll see you tomorrow here at 9 a.m. Eastern. For the rest of you, I will see you in the challenge. Y'all have a great day.